looking to connect a region of over 600 new bridges between our lands.
Hello and welcome to ASEAN in Focus. I'm Judith Temero, delivering to you the latest news in and around the ASEAN region on today's headlines. Malacanang on Monday commended everyone for a peaceful 2019 midterm elections and urged the public to remain vigilant as vote counting proceeds. President Rodrigo Duterte on Monday appealed to allow first the Commission on Elections, or Comelec, to explain the reason behind the reported malfunctioning vote counting machines during the midterm elections before government conducts an investigation. And Indonesian teenager Rio Waida pulls off a stunning upset by defeating two-time surfing world champion Gabriel Medina at a World Surf League, or WSL, event in Bali. Malacanang on Monday commended everyone for a peaceful 2019 midterm elections and urged the public to remain vigilant as vote counting proceeds. And I quote, "As counting begins, we call on everyone to be vigilant and be on guard against any act of irregularity in the election," the presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo said in a statement. The electoral fraud comes when the voters do not participate or involve themselves after they cast their votes. Let us not allow those who seek to destroy our democratic process and trample our sacred votes have their way. Panelo also thanked public school teachers who served as Board of Election Inspectors. He also commended security forces for strict implementation of election laws. Panelo also lauded the Filipino voters who trooped to the polls for a healthy democratic exercise. The palace official urged everyone to support the winners of the national and local elections. He called on those who will be proclaimed winners to be fealty to their duties imposed by law and to serve their constituents well and with dedication. Meanwhile, voting in most polling stations ended at 6 p.m. Monday with a number of vote counting machines, or VCMs, malfunctioning. Several incidents of alleged vote buying and other minor incidents marring that has been a generally smooth and peaceful midterm elections. According to the Commission on Elections, between 400 to 600 out of the 85,000 vote counting machines in precincts across the country encountered glitches. Additionally, the Philippine National Police, or PNP, recorded more than 100 incidents of alleged vote buying as the voting process, which started at 6 a.m., was halfway. Comelec spokesperson James Jimenez said that in the course of the elections, about 400 to 600 VCMs have to be replaced due to technical issues. Other VCM-related issues range from paper jams to machines that failed to read ballots, resulting to delays in the voting. Jimenez said reports on the ground blamed it on the SD cards that were not functioning. Aside from 400 to 600 vote counting machines that have been replaced, Jimenez said there are certain polling precincts that have yet to report its opening to the Comelec. Among these precincts are in Isabela, Zambales, Samar, Naga City in Cebu, as well as Compostela Valley and Sultan Kudarat in Mindanao. But despite acknowledging the problems besetting some polling areas, the Comelec official allayed concerns over the impact of the VCM glitches to the overall conduct of the elections. President Rodrigo Duterte on Monday appealed to allow first the Commission on Elections, or Comelec, to explain the reason behind the reported malfunctioning vote counting machines during the midterm elections before government conducts an investigation. Duterte said in a chance interview after he cast his vote at the Daniel R. Aguinaldo National High School in Davao City.
Comelec is an independent body, and if there's any malfunction there, or if there's any aberration at all in the procedure or process in the conduct of the election, let Comelec explain first to the people before we even initiate a sort of an investigation.
Okay, sir.
That is in
Keeping.
in recognizance of the separation of powers of church and our independent organs.
Commissions.
The Comelec earlier admitted that VCM issues tripled in this year's polls but assured that the number of VCMs that malfunctioned is still within range. Comelec spokesperson James Jimenez explained an expected 400 to 600 malfunctioning VCMs out of a total 85,000 VCMs was a small figure. President Rodrigo Duterte insisted that the matrices released by Malacanang showing how the Liberal Party, the Magdalo Group, and media outlets are conspiring to discredit him are true. The plotters who have been named in the matrices have denied such allegation, but presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo and the president himself have insisted that they have been verified.
Totoo yung matrix. Totoo yung matrix. Pati yung bigoy, kita mo naman, pati yung spectral analysis ng boses nila.
Duterte did not elaborate on the voices he was referring to. He also said there were communications recorded that could validate the matrices, but did not confirm or deny if they were obtained through wiretapping.
Yes, wiretapping is against the law.
Gretchen no, sir. Gretchen no and Hibdilin.
Pero sino ang nag-wiretap? I really do not know. Finished product na yan eh. Then only if you use it in court, it cannot be accepted as evidence.
Earlier, Panelo claimed that Vera files President Ellen Tordesillas' activities revealed a very active collaboration between the groups of former presidential spokesperson Edwin Lacerda, blogger Eduardo Cocoy Dayao, exiled communist rebel leader Jose Maria Joma Sison, Senator Antonio Trillanes IV, website developer Rodel Jaime, the narrator in the Ang Totoong Narcolis videos linking Duterte's family and allies to the drug trade, Bong Banal, and other Liberal Party groups and supporters. Last week, Duterte said he has no plans to file cases against the personalities and groups conspiring to discredit his family, allies, and his administration. Commission on Elections, or Comelec spokesperson James Jimenez on Monday confirmed that a gun was accidentally fired inside the Philippine International Convention Center, or PICC, in Pasay City an hour after the voting period ended. The Comelec, which sits as the board or National Board of Canvassers, or NBOC, for the 2019 national and local elections, set up its temporary headquarters at the PICC. Members of the media are also stationed in the area for coverage. Jimenez said they already recovered the slug from the 40 caliber gun, which directly hit the floor when Comelec security staff were changing their shifts. Although he did not mention that the security personnel involved would be reprimanded, Jimenez noted that safety protocols would be reviewed. He said it's an accidental firing that happened as a result of a shift change.
alas 6 hanggang alas 7 ng gabi.
The Cine Bata Video Festival is calling for submission of entries. With this year's theme, United in Love. If you are a Filipino video content creator, show us your best work for a chance to represent the Philippines. Deadline of submission is on August 30, 2019. For inquiries, visit or contact the following:
Welcome back. The conduct of the elections in Metro Manila on Monday was generally peaceful and orderly. According to Major General Guillermo Eleazar, the National Capital Region Police Office or NCRPO chief. Eleazar said that their long preparation for the midterm national and local polls has paid off. And I quote, "No untoward incident was reported and it's peaceful." He thinks because of their coordination with the Commission on Election and other concerned government agencies. He, however, reported that various police operations have resulted in the arrest of 135 persons allegedly engaged in vote-buying activities. Eleazar said that 518,000 pesos in cash have been confiscated from the suspects, including 60 persons in Makati City and 54 in Quezon City. The suspects will face charges for violation of Section 261 in relation to Section 262 or vote buying and or selling of the Omnibus Election Code, according to the NCRPO chief. The 5 districts covered by the NCRPO are the Manila Police District or MPD, Quezon City Police District or QCPD, Northern Police District or NPD, Southern Police District or SPD, and Eastern Police District or EPD. Eleazar said 403 individuals have been also arrested for violating the liquor ban, which started on Sunday and will end Tuesday, May 14. Around 16,000 policemen have been deployed to secure the conduct of the elections in Metro Manila. And I quote, "This personal deployment is not just in polling centers or canvassing areas, but also to maintain the anti-criminality efforts. There is no room to be complacent. The criminal elements might strike anytime, anywhere if they opportunity," Eleazar said. Meanwhile, peaceful and orderly elections have also been recorded at the Ramon Magsaysay High School, or RMHS in Manila, one of the largest polling centers in Metro Manila. Police Captain Philip Jose Ines, team leader of the PNP squad deployed at the RMHS, said that they maintained a full alert status even if there are no security threats in the area. Ines said 19,535 voters are registered at the RMHS, but usually not all of them are expected to cast their votes. Latest count from the Bureau of Fire Protection or BFP and private rescuers showed a total of 351 persons have been given medical attention, mostly due to high blood pressure. RMHS Principal Jean Pangilinan said the voters registered at the Ramon Magsaysay came from 24 barangays with 30 clustered precincts. He said due preparation was conducted to ensure the safety of the conduct of polls in their school. Meanwhile, the Armed Forces of the Philippines or AFP lauded the Filipino people for the peaceful conduct of midterm elections as polling precincts closed at 6 p.m. on Monday. I quote, "The AFP congratulates the Filipino people for the successful conduct of the national and local elections 2019 and their peaceful exercise of their right to choose our leaders who will continue to plot the future of our country. Very minimal breach of peace and order was monitored and reported from all over the country," said the AFP Public Affairs Office Chief Colonel Noel De Toyato in a message to the Philippine News Agency or PNA. While there were last-minute attempts to disrupt the conduct of the elections, De Toyato said that these were immediately addressed by government security forces. De Toyato also assured that security efforts remain in place to protect the transfer of election paraphernalia to the canvassing centers. In other news, the Secretariats of ASEAN and the United Nations held their 4th Regional Secretariat to Secretariat or S2S meeting at the ASEAN Secretariat in Jakarta. Reaffirming their commitment to strengthen the partnership, it was recognized that substantial progress had been achieved across all areas of cooperation while appreciating the need for stronger engagement. The Secretariat to Secretariat meeting discussed cooperation across all 3 ASEAN community pillars. On political security front, the meeting focused on peace and security issues, human rights and humanitarian action, as well as humanitarian assistance in Rakhine State. In addition, the meeting exchanged views on regional and international issues of common concern, to both organizations, including trade tensions, the South China Sea and the Korean Peninsula. Under economic cooperation, the meeting discussed ASEAN economic integration and connectivity, strategies for digital economy and fourth industrial revolution, trade facilitation, food and agriculture, energy, development of MSMEs, as well as the Future of Work initiative. On the social-cultural front, the meeting exchanged views on disaster risk reduction, climate change, education and culture, women empowerment, children, social welfare and development, and public health. The meeting looked forward to next phase of cooperation after the completion of the first ASEAN-UN Plan of Action 2016 to 2020.
Word Hope will be having all new episodes very, very soon. We can't wait for all of you to join us again as we learn many, many things. We will have loads of fun learning new words and values as well. So, stay tuned to Net25 Kids every Saturday and Sunday, 8:30 to 9 a.m. only on Net25.
Welcome back. Most visitors to Vietnam's famed Ha Long Bay opt for cruise views of the UNESCO heritage site. From Friday, tourists can hop on a helicopter to see the area's famous karst rock formations from the skies. Take a look.
Bởi vì hiện nay cái du lịch Hạ Long cũng đã bão hòa về dịch vụ và cái dịch vụ mới độc đáo đẳng cấp này sẽ mang đến những trải nghiệm mới và góp phần phát triển du lịch của Hạ Long. Khách hàng mục tiêu của chúng tôi cho Hạ Long đối với Hạ Long Heli Tour sẽ là nhóm khách hàng trẻ và muốn có những cái trải nghiệm độc đáo đẳng cấp.
Today you see an influx of tourism, and so with the Chinese economy growing, you're seeing more tourists come here.
Meanwhile, the Indonesian teenager Rio Waida pulls off a stunning upset by defeating two-time surfing world champion Gabriel Medina at a World Surf League or WSL event in Bali. Watch this.
Saya senang sekali menang di babak pertama, apalagi saya bermain surfing dengan Gabriel Medina, World Champion, dan ya ombak nggak begitu banyak tapi saya senang sekali masuk ke round ketiga.
And that is the latest news in the Southeast Asian nations. Stay updated about the ASEAN region. I'm Judith Temera, and I'm 1 with 25.
Club of Makati West Premier, District 3 ay kabilang sa Inner Wheel Club of the Philippines. Ang mga partners po natin ay Talking Hands, which is a preschool for the deaf. Ini-educate natin yung mga bata na may kabansanan. Ang ating mga partners pa like Hope, which is Hope on Pain Ends, which is focuses on yung mga bata na may biliary atresia. Tapos po yung may mga needing heart transplant. Madami po tayong mga programa. At isa na rin doon yung mga medical outreach po natin na ginagawa.
Mula sa Inner Wheel Club of Makati West Premier, ako si Charter President Maricruz Lim, kaisa ng Approved Serbisyo Publiko.
The Cine Bata Video Festival is calling for submission of entries. With this year's theme, United in Love. If you are a Filipino video content creator, show us your best work for a chance to represent the Philippines. Deadline of submission is on August 30, 2019. For inquiries, visit or contact the following.
I am here at Gastown, which is a National Historic Site in Vancouver, British Columbia. Located in Vancouver's oldest neighborhood is the steam-powered clock, which is Gastown's most famous landmark. Make sure to tune in to Digital Nest every Tuesday and Thursday at 7:30 p.m. I am Lou Aquino, EBC correspondent, and I am 1 with 25.